Shaun, we talked to Jordan yesterday. He said he kind of gets bored playing safety because you guys are playing so well in front of him. What are your thoughts on Jordan being bored back there?
He might as well just keep being bored.
What's to say about how well you guys are playing that he feels like that? I mean, it's hard to imagine that happening last year.
Everybody's been playing well from D-line to linebackers to DBs. Everybody just been playing well. We got to keep it consistent and keep it going for real. That's can't get complacent with this week's game because they got the same people like we got people. So at the end of the day, we just got to play.
Shaun, Jeff said yesterday that he has had conversations with you about potentially playing outside, and that's still something you could do. How do you prepare to potentially still go play outside at any time when you've been playing the slot all year?
Drill work. Every day I work corner. I still do the slot, but drill work is just what I do. Practicing against KJ or Ben, it's just drill working and practice for real. That's all.
How much do you think about what your role could be in the future? You're obviously somebody who's going to have a decision to make after a season. How much do you think about if you came back next year, whether you'd be playing inside or if you were playing outside?
If I came back next year, I don't know what I'll be playing. If I had to play inside, play inside. If I had to play corner, I play corner. It's just really what helps the team. That's all I care about. And that's just really all I care about.
Has anybody on the coaching staff gotten on their knees and begged you to come back next year yet?
We haven't talked about that conversation really.
It was just like interesting. You're part of a secondary, and it's possible that all of you are leaving after this year. I know that you're in the midst of a season, but A, what does that say about the way some of you underclassmen are playing, and B, what does that say about the way you've developed in this past 6 months?
Every coach that we had here has developed me from Kerry Collins to Coach Taylor and Coach Halfley, so that's a props for them. But really, we haven't been thinking about the league or anything. We've really just been trying to focus game by game for real.
There have been some people, though, starting to talk about you, putting your name out there in mock drafts. Do you pay attention to any of that, or do you try to just block it out?
I block it out. I don't like hearing all that stuff.
Is it flattering, though, to know that people are thinking of you in that way?
You could say that, but at the end of the day, anything can happen. So I block it out.
Hey, Shaun, when you were coming in as a 5-star prospect in the 17 class, and there were 6 other defensive backs, do you remember your mind frame in that time period when you were coming into a program with a bunch of other people playing the same position as you, what that felt like, and kind of what went behind your decision to come here?
So my decision to come here, I just wanted to be far from home. Coach Combs was a great coach. Coach Myers is a great coach. So that's one of the reasons why I came in. The education here is great. But when I came here, my mindset was just to get better. At the end of the day, most freshmen here don't play. So my mindset was just get better and get better and get better every day.
But being a part of a group with 5 others, they're doing it again in 2020. They've got a group of 4 or 5 guys. It was kind of like you in 17. I just don't know if you saw the similarities and can talk a little bit about what that might be like in terms of your development coming in with so many other guys.
Because you got other people that you compete with. They can compete with you. They're going to help you. Like older guys are going to help you. Like Denzel helped me. Damon helped me. Kendall helped me. Even though we came at the same year, he still helped me develop as a player.
How much have you enjoyed your role as a slot corner, being a full-time starter on this defense this year?
It's special. Like I said, I got my first sack. Well, I got 2 sacks now, so that's special. That make me happy every day. So.
Yeah, you've been doing some of that pass rush, and I think the last game you even lined up at defensive end kind of a couple times. What's that like, lining up? You one play, you're out there in coverage, the next day you're out there rushing the passer.
It's exciting on the field, definitely. Lineman pointing at you, he's coming, and I don't come, or I do come. Like it's just exciting, just seeing linemen pointing at you, because I never have it in my life.
How much do you think having that position out there all the time kind of confuses offenses and gives them something extra to prepare for?
It confuses them because they see on film that I blitz, so they have to be worried about it. And you got Barron coming inside blitz and not be blitzing. Like it's tricky for the offenses.
How challenging is it for you with all the different responsibilities that you might have to take on over the course of a game?
It's challenging, but at the end of the day, I want to win, so I have to do what I have to do. Like get in the playbook, get in who we playing this week, like understand their formations, who I'm playing against. Like it's a challenge, but at the end of the day, I want to win, so I want to do my part of it.
Hey, Shaun, look, I want to follow up on you saying you block out, talk about the future. To what extent do you do that? If you got an email with the subject line mock draft, would you delete it before reading it, or would you read it and just not think about it very much?
I'll probably skim through it. I won't even read it for it. I'll skim through it and just be like, okay.
So it's impossible to block out entirely, is what
Yeah.
you're saying,
Yeah,
right?
It is, but at the end of the day, I'll be like, okay, that's the future. Like, I want to worry about now, the present. So,
Sean,
So how often
why
do
is
you
it
actually practice at cornerback? I mean, at a true cornerback spot, do you ever work out in that position?
I have before.
Yeah.
Lately, it's just been scout work, so it's hard to get work in.
Who is the best guy you go against in practice from the slot position that gets you ready for a game? Do you think basically the way they like to put their sneaky best receiver in a real game? Who gets you going best?
We got a couple people. One person I'm gonna give a shout out to is Shaun Wade. He's a walk-on. People probably won't know a lot about him, but he's actually good. He's got a quick twitch, so
Yeah.
that's one of the people, especially during scout period. But you got Jalen, you got who else? But it's like you got CJ, you got KJ. We go against each other all the time.
And what gets you best tuned for that position? I mean, what do you want to see from those guys?
Just from the scout preference, I just want to see like what I see on film. I want our scout team to show what we see on film. So that's really big.
Yeah.
When they first told you you were going to be the slot or slot corner, were you excited? Were you disappointed? Like first impulse.
To be honest, I didn't have no feeling. It was like, oh, okay. I'm about to play some-
It didn't matter to
It
you
didn't matter.
any position.
I think sometimes people look at the slot corner and they think that that's like the third corner on the team. Do you feel like the plays you're able to make kind of redefines that and shows that your position is just as significant as any other?
You could say that at some point, but at the end of the day, anybody can play that slot corner if I get hurt. Like, knock on wood, but if I get hurt, anybody got to get put in that spot. So,
Is one position harder than the other?
kind of not. It matter who we playing. Like if a team's a heavy run team, then yeah, it's probably gonna be harder for slot corner because you got to tackle more. But if it's a pass, it's gonna be difficult for both the corner and the slot corner. So.
If someday you were a coach and you had to convince a corner to play slot corner, what would you tell them if you had to sell them on that idea?
You get to do a whole bunch of different things. You get the blitz, you get to be in the box if you like to tackle. It's a lot of different things you do from slot corner.
So if I took your computer right now and like looked at your browsing history, I wouldn't find mock drafts in the search bar.
I promise you. I promise
Swear?
you. I swear.
Because I don't know what's wrong about dreaming and thinking about it. I feel like if I was in that position, I would think about it every day.
Yeah, I feel you. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to get to the net. That's my dream for real. This one.
Shaun, you haven't been touched on either of your sacks this year.
Say it again.
You haven't been touched on either of your sacks this year. Did you imagine it ever being that easy?
Coach Athlete said the first couple times it's gonna be that easy, but I had a QB hurry. I forgot what game it was. I got touched, but it was still exciting. So
Are you starting to notice opposing offensive lines noticing you a little bit more?
sometimes our offensive line still like be kind of amazed when I come sometimes. So
Do you love that little mind game that you can play with offensive
yeah,
lines?
definitely.
They started pointing you out and you're like, I got you, I'm not blitzing.
then we come from somewhere else. But yeah.
Did you have to work going into this year, work on pass rush things in a different way than you had before, so that you could do things like this now?
Yeah, I did. Everybody has a defense we do like a certain drill where everybody does it from D-line to linebackers to the safeties to DBs. So it's like it's a habit now. It's repetition.
Shaun, do you think kind of appreciation for, I mean, this is my view of it anyway, that your position might be the most important position on the defense in terms of keeping the structure that you all want to play with that single high safety, and you know, you have to be versatile in your spot. You're not just a slot corner. Like, I don't know, there's a lot on your plate. You're not just covering the guy in the slot. It seems like if the guy in that particular role wasn't able to handle all of it, then the rest of the defense might kind of fall apart. Is that the right way to view it?
Not really, not in my opinion. Because we still got big personnel. We still got different personnel that we put in, like with B White, like when he come in as the bullet, like